we, me, the creator, all kinds of universal beings. Your souls are here. One day I will, well, maybe today, I'll share the story of, oh gosh, this was before my son was born. So it was at least 13 years ago. And I was in ceremony with universal beings. And there was so when I'm in ceremony, and this is the full Universal Council. So the Universal Council for me, okay, is all of the universal beings who created existence, humanity, who oversee it. And when I say oversee it, they don't govern like our governments here in this world. They allow us to have the experiences and the opportunities that we're meant to have, right? So they're like, there's nobody controlling the experience, right? Because the creator isn't up there going, oh, no, they better not do that. Oh, don't do that. They're over there paying attention to what you ask for. Because whenever you ask, they react, they take action because they genuinely want you to know you're supported, but they also want to give you what you need to fulfill who you are and what you're meant to be doing with your life, right? So if you have questions about anything, those questions are your most valuable navigation system. Okay. So many people say to me so often, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what my soul wants me to do. Pay attention to what you're interested in. Okay. It's also really important to recognize that this isn't spirituality. Okay. This is you. It's just you. There's no big labels. And that's really important because it's not something that makes you separate from everyone else. It's just you. It's what actually brings you closer to who you are, who you're meant to be, and what you're meant to be doing in the world. So the things that are of interest to you, okay, don't worry if they don't make sense. Don't worry if it's, seems crazy or if it seems based on fears and all kinds of other dramatic situations. Here's the information that you need. That's why it's of interest to you, right? When I first started this, when I realized that I could communicate with universal beings, first I had the question, maybe I can communicate with universal beings. And because I went to events where other people were connecting and communicating, and I was getting the information before the words were coming out of their mouths. I know so many of you have that same experience with me. You're like, I knew what you were going to say because you're also in communication. We all are. And so there was a moment where I was like, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and communicate and bring through information that someone else asks a question for. And it was like coming home. Millions of universal beings showed up on the other side. And literally tears were streaming down my face because between Mark, the connection between us was literally coming home. I knew I had finally arrived at what I was meant to be doing. And they were at this place where they were like, oh, finally, you got it. You finally put all the pieces together. You finally asked the right questions that brought you home to us. And then that's what triggered my awareness to keep asking questions, right? Because that's what we're here to do. And now, after 20 years of explorations and research, I understand that that's literally what humans are created to do. We are created to explore our potential through the vibration of curiosity. Because if you're exploring your potential, you're an explorer. You're doing things you've never done before, which means you're going to have questions. That's the point. So instead of worrying, I can't ask that question because people are going to think, I'm dumb or I don't know what I'm talking about or I don't have enough information, let that fear go. It's just a story you've picked up along the way, and you're so much more than that story, okay? You are genuinely pure potential wrapped up in a human body. That's it. And your job is to explore that potential. Give it everything you have. So any question that you put on the table, honor it. Whether it's about a relationship, whether it's about your relationship with yourself, maybe it's your relationship with money, maybe it's your relationship with your career. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it's your home, where you want to be, maybe it's about your community. Maybe you want more friends. Maybe you want deeper connections. Maybe you want a deeper connection with your partner. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have a question and there's a reason, because that question, the answer to it, is the most valuable thing in your life right now. And when you follow that train, you follow that question and you allow that information to come through for you, because it will, then you are one step closer to becoming a full expression of your soul in this life. Exactly what you're meant to be doing right now. That's what we're on this mission for. So that currently we can restore, so we can actually come back to that place where humans incarnate into a world where we have full awareness, so we can actually get back to participating in evolution. We can't evolve until we remember who we are. And then not only remember, but we got to reclaim it, which basically means you need to become your soul and live from that truth and wisdom throughout everything that you do. So that's how the Creator came to ask me to offer you the opportunity to experience the birth of the universe. Okay. Now, this is not a guided meditation. Okay. What it is I'm going to hold space so that you can journey into the energy of universal existence whenever you want. You can do it now live. You can do it as many times as you want, as long as this video is there. You can even download the video and do it on your own device as many times as you want. Why? Because this is what you're meant to do. Go deeper and deeper and deeper until you get to the heart and the root of who you are and why you exist. Okay? So before you get to understanding yourself, you need to understand existence. That's what I've spent the last 20 years exploring and researching. And I can tell you, I've asked questions like, what's humanity's greatest challenge? 12 years I explored self-worth, because that's what they told me was humanity's greatest challenge. And together, the universal beings and the Universal Council and myself, we created this program, Heal Your Self-Worth. It's 1 year. And it is the most incredible experience, because you're not guided by humans who think they know it all and who are like, this is what worked for me and this is what worked for me. What happens is when you work with universal beings, which you're going to experience today, okay? When you work with universal beings, you go to the truth at the source. So universal truth. It's the universal perspective of existence. And that's what you need all the time to be able to fulfill your mission. Other people's influences, what are they there for? And why are you meant to experience life with other people? Because they're meant to ignite your curiosity. Those experiences you have with other humans, the things they're doing, are meant to intrigue you, to trigger your brain to think of new ways to go deeper in your journey, to ask bigger questions so you can explore more of your potential. You're not meant to do what they do, how they do it, when they do it. We're just not meant to. Okay? So when we go into today's journey, you're going to be offered the opportunity to first connect with the energy. Okay? So the energy is, it's space inside of you that is infinite, because it's soul related, but it's also going to be universal wisdom today. Okay? If your mind reacts in that way, sometimes, I've had some people in the past that start to get heart palpitations and they're like, oh, this is too much. This is too big. Okay. I want you to take a deep breath and I want you to relax and I want you to allow the wisdom to come through and maybe just ease up on the energy a little bit until you get comfortable with it. Because the truth is, we are in a space that is safe. It's protected. And I really resist to use those words, but at this time in the evolution of human existence, we need to have that space. We need to create a space where you understand that this experience is based on purity. So anyone's intentions or motives other than purity can't play here. They can try, but it'll be like a rubber shield almost. So whatever they offer for manipulation would just bounce back at them tenfold. Okay. So just so you understand how intention works, right? We've got the universal council, the the creators of existence running this show today. I'm just here as the human that they, share their messages through at this point. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And I'm also going to be able to, at the end, you can ask some questions and I will be able to receive those answers and the information, and we'll share that as well. Ultimately, today's experience is about you tangibly experiencing the birth of the universe. Okay. So we're going to go into a journey and you're going to be given the opportunity to feel the energy. Like I was saying, the thing is, if it feels a little bit overwhelming, take a few breaths and just set the intention that the energy back off a little bit. It's most likely what it is that your energy is not as familiar to you yet as it's meant to be. Okay. So it's making you feel a little bit overwhelmed. Okay. And here's the other cool thing is, as the universal beings come in, I want you to notice the ones that feel like home, feel like, oh, I've known you forever. Because the first time I did this consciously in this life, I was like, oh, I know you and I know you and I know you, because it literally felt like I was getting a ginormous hug. Okay. Some of them, and they all feel different. Okay. So it's in the energy. Some feel like a hug. One feels like a gentle rain shower over my head. Another one feels very crisp and clean, like I've walked into a sterilized room. So please let your brain allow yourself to explore. So looking at everything as though it's a completely new experience, and you're not coming from a place of, oh, I already know what this being is, and I already know my connection to this one. I want you to be reintroduced and enjoy that experience for the first time again. Okay? Because as universal beings and as souls in this universe, you know them. They're already friends, allies, partners in every aspect of existence that you guys partner together with. Okay? So ultimately, the mission today, right, is, and the intention that the Creator has, is that you understand what He felt like, what His energy was creating at the time that He created this universe. Why? Why is this important to you? Okay. Well, let's put it simply. Okay. Since this so originally you had full awareness of this wisdom throughout all of the lives that you've experienced until the last 50,000 years or so. Then you started coming in and it started getting manipulated and it started getting changed to now we come in and we actually have to have textbooks that tell us who we are and where we came from. And yet none of them can go back further than a few thousand years, which is really interesting. So you're learning, and I use that word loosely, because really what they're doing is they're filling your mind with a bunch of information it's like how they're showing me, it's like cloud your vision, right? So you know, when you have a whole bunch of facts in your head and it feels full, right? If you've been studying for days and weeks, preparing for a test, so to speak, you're full. Well, that was the intention, was to get you filled with all these facts that now you attach yourself to them. So they're labels that you now perceive yourself as out in the world. That, existence is this is how humans are born, and this is how humans are meant to exist, and this is where we came from. We were cavemen, right? We were, you know, archaic, and we had no sense of anything, and we wrote pictographs on stone and they make it sound like there's an intention underneath that they wrote on stone because they were too stupid to write on paper, right? Like there's this belief underneath that tells you we're archaic, when ultimately, originally, we didn't write anything down because we didn't even need language. We understood the most ancient language in existence, which is energy. It's encoded into the aspects of yourself. Okay. You're based on the vibrations of energy. And ultimately, this is the foundation of your existence. Okay. And so as we go through today, what you're doing is you're retrieving the wisdom that's been lost. That's all. It's been lost. And ultimately, it's lost only because it's strategically been hidden from you. But here's the coolest part, okay? Because you're based on energy, it's still in you. The wisdom is still there. And it will always be in direct access for you, no matter what. So you don't have to go looking for it. And that's the whole goal, okay? Is today you're not only going to experience the birth of the universe, but you're going to experience what it feels like to reconnect with universal wisdom the second, the second that you set the intention to do that. That's the most powerful part of what's about to unfold today, okay? And so as you're in your experience, they're going to walk you through it. I have no idea what it looks like or what it's going to sound like, because ultimately I'm just delivering all the wisdom that they're sharing. Okay. So you can do it with your eyes open, with your eyes closed. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. Okay. Why? Because when you're comfortable, you're going to receive more information in. Okay. Now, that being said, if the only thing I will say is if you can try, uncross your arms and your legs, only because intentionally you're setting the intention that energy is going to flow freely through you and you're not going to try and chase it or trap it. Okay. So here's the other thing. Everything that you're being offered today is infinite. Okay. There is no boundaries. There's no limits. It's not like, oh, it's going to be fleeting. Okay. If you stay in a part of the energy for longer than where the journey goes for the group, great. Stop, relax, enjoy it. Because if that's where the energy is going for you, revel in it. That's what you need. Okay. Don't worry about catching up or keeping up. We're going to have recordings. It's going to be there. Okay. Your job right now is to follow your instincts, follow your intuition, follow how you feel. Just enjoy. Okay. And I think that's it. So, yeah, make yourself comfortable. I have no idea how long it's going to be. It could be 5 minutes, could be 50 minutes. We're just going to go until the energy tells us we're done. Okay. So, make yourselves comfy. Yeah. And we're going to explore the universe together. So, we're going to start with taking a few deep breaths, okay? And let your body relax. Let your body begin to become aware of any sensations. Maybe there's some tension. Maybe there's some tension in your legs or your feet. I don't need to change it right now. I just want you to notice how your body is speaking to you. Okay? And as you move slowly up your body, notice your knees. How are they feeling today? How's the energy? That's it. And then gently moving into your hips, just noticing if there's any tension, any discomfort, noticing if they're so relaxed. That's it. Bringing your awareness up your torso into your rib cage. Noticing your lungs. And when you're breathing in, what's the capacity of your lungs today? Are they bringing in full capacity of life force? Or are they just taking it easy? Or maybe they're struggling a little bit to take in as much air as you need. It's just noticing. And they want you to notice because we're going to be offered an experience later in the journey through your soul to do some rebalancing and healing. Okay? And just coming into the front of your chest, your collarbone, your shoulders, the front and the back. Noticing if there's any weight there at the moment. And they're asking you to notice if that weight is possibly a result of guilt or shame or discomfort that you're carrying. Just beginning now to allow that energy to slowly slip away from you. It's like it's melting off. So any discomfort, that's it, just noticing it melting off of you. Begin to notice how your body feels as a result. Bringing your awareness into your jaw. And just letting your tongue relax in your mouth so it's not pressed against the roof of your mouth. It's just resting in your jaw. Softening your jaw. Giving yourself the opportunity to experience your face without tension. Softening your temples. And noticing any tension or stress behind your eyes. Noticing it slipping away. Again, melting off of you. Maybe it needs to melt through the layers of skin because it's coming from deep within. Just allowing that experience to happen. Noticing any tension in your forehead, any squinting or scrunching up. Just releasing any tension there. Allowing your mind to become blank. Just giving your mind a hug, telling it can take a 15, 20-minute break where you go in and explore the universe through energy. Let yourself begin to feel the vibration of joy coming up into your physical body. Begin to notice how the cells in your body react to the vibration of joy. Notice how the cells change when you introduce joy. Remembering that it's your intention to introduce it that's creating and propelling that change. Now, the Creator is asking you, so just allowing yourself to feel the Creator, the energy. The Creator who not only created you, the intention for you, but created the intention for existence. Just allow that energy, allow that wisdom that comes through that energy. Allow it to become present in your space. Feeling, focusing on the feeling, not needing to change it, not needing to chase it. Notice if you want to give it a hug energetically. Maybe you're receiving a hug. Maybe you're seeing light. Maybe you're hearing a sound. Maybe your sense of smell is much stronger in this moment. Just noticing how your body reacts to the presence of the Creator. And allowing yourself to recognize that this relationship has been present in your life since the moment you were conceived in this life. I want you to feel that. He wants you to breathe in deeply that knowledge and wisdom that you've never been forgotten. You're existential and you're infinite, and His presence is always with you. He wants you to feel that wisdom, feel that support, that magic. That's the connection that you create together. Now we've got Pan. Pan is the universal being who he governs fertilization, if you will. It's a bringing an intention to life, right? So there's an intention that we create, and He ensures our intentions become fruitful, abundant, and vibrantly vocal on an energetic front, if you will. And so notice your relationship with Him. Maybe you have a long-standing relationship. Maybe He feels like a best friend that you forgot that you had. Just allow yourself to become aware of how the energy of your relationship flows through your body. How do you experience that? Let that energy flow through you. Where does it begin? How does it flow? And He wants me to ask you, how do you know it's Him? That's it. Just letting yourself feel His wisdom. And then the goddess is here. She was introduced in this universe within the last 15 years, 15, 20 years. And she arrived and was invited by the Creator to restore balance, to begin that restoration of restoring balance to a universe that had become very unbalanced. And He understood. he, as in the creator, understood that by inviting the goddess into this universe and this experience, that he would be adding more, more value and a depth of connection, potential, and possibility that wasn't here before. And so she gladly and willingly chose to come and participate. So it's just noticing if it's triggering an awareness of something that's happened within yourself in the last 10, 15, 20 years, where when she was here, there was a big ceremony universally when she was introduced to the universe, and it was quite extensive. And so just noticing, she wants to give you the opportunity to see if it triggers any of that awareness inside of you. And maybe now you can go, oh, that's what that was. So just feeling her energy coming in for you, noticing your relationship. And she also says she wants you to notice the relationship that you have the potential to build with her. Okay? So this is not about, you know, femininity. Basically, she is the embodiment of divine feminine, whereas our creator in this universe is created in divine masculine. What does that mean? Divine masculine is simply the ability to be comfortable in who you are. That's it. And the divine feminine is simply the ability to be comfortable in flowing with universal flow of energy. That's it. Being able to go with that flow. And so we used to be able to understand flow, but now we can embody it in an entirely different way since the goddess arrived on the scene. And the creator understood that this was an important part of our evolution and the future of humankind. We needed that ability to be restored. Actually, it's more be infused in a way that it never has before. So now they're showing me there's a whole bunch of fairies and wood nymphs and just anything in that mystical realm that we've been told doesn't exist. Maybe dragons, maybe anything, Sasquatch, all the things, okay? They're asking you to allow yourself to become aware of the unseen world that you've always known has existed, even when you were taught to doubt, when you were taught to fear, when you were taught to be skeptical. It's understanding and recognizing the awareness has always been in you. And just breathing them in, letting them share their excitement and their joy that you're here. And they want you to feel the wisdom and the value of this experience. They're so excited for what you're doing today. They've been waiting for humanity to come home for thousands of years because they want you to remember who they are. They want you to feel them and not fear them. They want to be able to work with you again, to co-create experiences based on your creativity, your curiosity, and your joy. And they haven't been able to participate in evolution with humankind for thousands of years, tens of thousands of years, because of our fears and the manipulation that has been layered into our belief system. And so they're extremely excited at the prospect of once again being able to partner with humanity, because That's what they were always here to do. And they've been waiting for this opportunity to rise again and to return in a way where it's not hidden, right? Where humans aren't sacrificed, and they're using these words, where humans aren't sacrificed for our interests and our knowings, where we're celebrated. And this is what's coming. Now we've got angelics. Angelics from the first stream. If you've been following the story of creation, the first stream of angelics are the angels who first created matter. They're the ones. So the Creator created one angelic first. He is the high angelic of the first stream. And he was created to govern matter, to create it, to create a playground for the entire universe. That's what he did. And in order to do so, he went back to the Creator and said, okay, these are the other angels I need because I need all of these gifts. I need all of these awarenesses simultaneously, working cohesively to create every aspect of the potential that I know I can create at. And so together they created those beings. And that's the first stream. That's how the first stream of angelics was birthed into existence. Yeah. They're also the same angelics who created physical human life. They created all life on the planets. They created the planets. They created the elements, water, air, gas, land, everything. So just welcome these angelics. Notice, because there are a remarkable amount of humans who have a very deep and intimate connection with these angelic beings, a remarkable amount. So if you feel like you're coming home when you're in connection with them, it's because you are. It's because they're igniting within you a higher recognition of your soul purpose, your soul potential, what you're meant to be doing. They're reminding you. They're calling you home. Not because you have to travel somewhere and go somewhere, but because you're meant to become someone, and they're just here to remind you. And then allowing yourself to meet the second stream of angelics. The second stream of angelics were created once the first stream and the Creator realized, now we need experience. We have matter, but now we need to create the opportunity for experience. That's what he did. So the second stream of angelics explored their potential. And as their potential grew, more beings were created, more angels were created. Because again, the universe is limitless. It only works in abundance. And whatever is necessary to fulfill a vision and intention, the universe will provide it. And as the second stream of angelics were brought into existence, the entire universe changed. It became limitless based on a potential that it hadn't had before they existed. It became a reality in which anything was possible. That's what the second stream of angelics brought to existence. So now we're just going to allow, there's many, many other universal beings. We've got planet Earth, we've got all the planets, all the moons. We've got, you know, universal beings who have come into physical form, like Jesus. We've got so many beings. And instead of being here for 2 weeks to introduce you to all of them, they're going to, in this moment, for this experience, offer you the opportunity to just connect with those whom you're meant to connect with today in this moment. Okay? If you have questions about who they are and how they feel, we can talk about those after. That's it. Brilliant. Just allowing them to come in. Notice again how you feel. Notice if there's certain areas in your body. Maybe your hips sink a little bit deeper. You relax into yourself a little bit more when you're in connection with these beings. You feel less anxious because you feel more like yourself. And just allowing that energy to flow through you. And noticing and allowing in any messages that these beings may have to share with you. Maybe they want to share something about the journey that we're both about to go on together. Maybe they want to share something with you about your life currently. Maybe they have a secret nugget of awareness about your existence. They just want to simply hold it out to you in the palm of their hand. So you can just gently pick it up and receive it without any intimidation, fear, or discomfort. Just feeling that pure joy of your ability to receive. It's taking a moment to recognize you're a profoundly infinite creation of this existence. And because that's true, your ability to receive is exponential. It's limitless. And in this moment, they want you to feel if there's any moments where you have resisted receiving, or if you've resisted receiving wisdom and awareness of yourself. Maybe you've resisted receiving financial abundance, maybe emotional abundance and support. Maybe you've shut down your ability to receive love, to receive wisdom, to receive guidance. Maybe that's in your physical life. Maybe it's just the wisdom of your soul. And they're creating a space for you right now to once again not only receive that wisdom, but to allow it to flow through you at full. Not needing to turn the taps down to make it manageable, but to recognize that you're infinite and you're meant to receive in abundance. You're not meant to receive in trickles. You're not meant to just receive enough to just get by. You're infinite, and your receiving is meant to be equal. Just feeling that wisdom seep through the cells in your body. Let it fill you up. Let your ability to receive in abundance be restored. And this will allow for your natural ability for self-healing, your natural ability for self-governance, your natural ability to communicate with consciousness, with universal beings, and with your soul. This will allow those gifts to be restored to you. You just have to allow yourself to receive abundance. And as you're in this space of feeling the immense abundance available to you, the Creator is opening his heart to you. He's opening the memory of the exact vibration in the moment where he conceived the thought, the concept, the idea, based on his intrigue and the curiosity of what other universes were doing. And his intention began with free will. And he says it exploded into potential. And every idea and every aspect of potential became more vibrant. More details were added. It became so intricate because he understood every aspect that his creation would need to thrive. His wisdom is based in recognition and understanding, not only of what he wants to create, but in the recognition and understanding of understanding and knowing what every conscious being in existence would need to fulfill such a grand and profound opportunity for existence. And he wants you to feel that limitless vibration of existence. This is the birth of the universe, free of time and space. It's before time and space existed. It's into the realms where all aspects of existence go, where they come from. It's where breath itself comes from, and life itself comes from, and light. It's where aspects of existence come from: sound, taste, feel. But it's understanding that they're created in the essence of the truth of existence itself. And everything that was once created is recorded in creation itself, held in a well of consciousness, so vast, so grand, it cannot be contained because it was never meant to be contained. It's free. It's free to all who choose to participate in exchanging energy with it. It's your right. It's allowing yourself to recognize the truth. Truth is the foundation of your existence. Every aspect of your existence is based on your potential to succeed. He wants you to feel the immense and pure potential of your soul. He wants you to understand and recognize that your soul is grander and more profound than a star. Because you have a potential to integrate and work with and combine aspects of existence from every universal being in creation. So all these universal beings created different aspects of existence. But you as a soul, a human soul at this level, you were created to combine and integrate all those experiences in whichever way brings you joy. From cells in your body to the energy in the universe, to atoms and molecules and all the fine details of existence itself. You are pure potential. And once matter was created, an experience was created, all based on potential, the Creator knew he had a playground, and now he needed to create beings who could come and play. That's who humans are. That's who you are. And he wants you to now to feel that moment, the moment in existence where your soul began. Feel where your soul came from. It's a combination of matter and energy. It's a spark of existence that wasn't there before. And it came to be because the Creator understood that the aspect of existence that you carry, that you hold, was vital to the success of existence itself. He wants you to feel that energy of that wisdom. Don't worry about needing to know the words of what it is right now. It's being able to hold the energy. Because as you hold the energy, all those questions that you have in your day-to-day life, they're going to trigger more awareness and more memory. Those are the details. It's being able to hold the energy in this moment so that you can embody it. And that way, whenever you need that information, it's right there. It's going to come. Just taking a few breaths and allowing this wisdom to fill every cell in your body. Restructuring the cells so they begin to vibrate with pure truth of your existence, the knowing of your potential, allowing the cells that have been broken down, maybe some that have been destroyed in your body, maybe some that have been ignored, some that are overworked and tired. Just in this moment, allowing those cells to be restored to the vibration of your original creation. The simplicity of joy, free of complication, all the complications that your mind has carried. Just watching what happens when your cells replace the vibration of your mind's fears with your soul's potential. That's it, just feeling it. feeling it flow through you. Notice how the energy's moving. Maybe it's soft and gentle. Maybe it's like shooting stars. Maybe it's like sparks lighting up again. Noticing how it feels for you. And taking a nice deep breath and allowing your soul to share any wisdom, any messages, allowing universal beings, if there's any who have messages for you. What do you need to know in your life and in your journey right now to help bring you closer to who you're meant to be? Just allowing that wisdom to come through in this space. Just knowing you can come back to this as many times as you need to, so you can get this information whenever you want. Not worrying that you need to get it all now. Knowing and trusting you're now reconnected, reacquainted, and that connection will always be there. And if there comes a time where your mind is finding it a little bit tricky to relax, no big deal. You got this recording to go to. Just breathing that wisdom in and relaxing for the first time in a long time, knowing you are a divine creation of the Creator Himself. You're an integral part of existence. And without you, the universe isn't at its full potential. You are a part of existence. You're a part of the story, and you're a part of the future. And you have the potential to change the world just by being you. It is so. Just allowing yourself to take a few breaths, relax a little bit, and come out of the energy, come back into your body. So I'm just going to do a quick recap on the comments on YouTube before we log off of YouTube and go into the private community for our conversation after. Yes. Ah, okay. Randy, I see. Can you incorporate the Aether in your questions to Creator? So I don't have questions to him. When we're doing journeys, he and the universal beings drive it. I'm just the body that the words come through. So yes, my mind actually has to be off, which is great. It was a little tricky at the beginning, which is why we had a couple technical issues. So trying to be mentally off while bringing in the energy. But I do want to say thank you to everyone who took the time to show up today and who participated. Maybe you've been here before, you've done these journeys with me, this is your first time. But either way, this is the purity of existence, and this is the purity of joy. And I thank you, because this is where we need to go as the human race, right? This is what we're restoring. And so again, I thank you, and I appreciate your time and your trust in me at this level. Terry says, thank you, Terry. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. This is just, it's awesome. And I'm going to get better at the tech side, I promise. And I'm going to figure out this sound thing on YouTube. I apologize for that, but next time it'll be so much better. So thank you so much. And YouTube, we will see you guys soon. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this conversation and want to learn more, head on over to michellevickers.com. Join our mailing list to receive new episodes right to your inbox or apply to be a guest on the show. If this episode made you think of someone while you were listening, forward the link onto that person with a little note about why it made you think of them, because the greatest gift you can give another human is to see the beauty and purity of who they truly are. Until next time, stay curious.